Dear God, I got one question. I need to know, do revolutionaries go to heaven? And if so, may their legacies last forever and their seeds grow. Tell them that we love them so and never let them die slow. It's like we cursed to be born black. We was kings and queens, now look where we at. I know it won't be long before we take it back. I just hope I live long enough to see it happen, and that's a fact. Cause one thing when you pro-black, you might love your people, but they may not love you back. For more than 400 years, we've been under attack. We survived slavery and then they gave us crack. Do revolutionaries go to heaven? 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 I wanna know. Do revolutionaries go to heaven? I hope so. Do revolutionaries go to heaven? I wanna know. Do revolutionaries go to heaven? I hope.
Peace, King. How you feeling?
Oh man, I'm great, man. How you doing?
All is well. All is well. Thank you so much. I truly
Great.
appreciate you. Definitely
Oh,
an
I
honor to have
appreciate you.
you.
Thank you. Thank you, man. I
So,
appreciate you.
we're gonna get right
You-
into it. Thanks everybody for tuning in to another episode of Taye Speaks. Got a very special guest in the house, very creative, very talented, very successful guy in the music industry. Without further ado, viewers know what your name is and definitely let them know where you from.
my name is Flave, formerly Kenny Flave, back in my 2000 watts days and so forth. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. Um, yeah, it's pretty much it. Yeah, I go by Flave, Flave now. Did some rebranding maybe 4 or 5 years ago, and got a whole nother outlook, perspective, branding wise, things that I'll be doing, you know, from now and going to the future. So yeah,
Right, right. Big shout out to Detroit, man. You from Motown. What was that
yes,
like
yeah,
growing up in the D?
man, it was like, man, it was definitely, man, it definitely got me my built my pedigree, like just my whole fit the way I am, man, being like exposed to Detroit techno and all that stuff, and Detroit techno, funk, P-funk, uh Motown. I was kind of like Motowned out at like 7 years old because that's all I heard, what I'm saying, growing up in the house and the family. Then came, you know, the other like stuff, punk rock and all that stuff, 80s punk and all that stuff. So I had a mixture of soul, techno, and punk and hip hop all mixed up together, So that's why my friends always call a friend of mine always call me Flave or whatever, because I got like all these different genres I mix up, and coming from that era in the '80s in Detroit, where it was like the street dudes was listening to like like the craziest stuff, and then the black people was listening to techno, early techno and soul music and funk music, and then came hip hop. So that's just basically kind of where it came from, um, and also just attention to detail. Um, being from where I'm from and watching people like hone in on their craft, because that's really all they have is they craft. It was pretty much a slow city, so you had to hone in on your craft. Like when you found something you love, even people just like picked up an instrument or singing or whatever, they were good because that's like that was their escape, So
Oh yeah, most definitely, man. It's a
yeah,
blessing to be from a place like Detroit. So many talented people, especially in the music industry. Some of the
yeah,
favorites, the best of the
yeah,
best, that came up out of Detroit.
yeah.
So when did you actually get into producing? Was you singing and writing and doing hip hop? Was you doing a number of things, or did you start off?
Yeah, pretty much I started out like doing um and different bands in the neighborhood and stuff like that. I just started like I had keyboards at 11, 12 years old. Then I was always in a band class. I think my first instrument was like baritone. It was brass. I was a brass guy first, and then turned into like percussions and stuff like that in middle school. And then going into high school, it just turned into symphonic orchestra, jazz, and stuff like that. You know. And then from there, I just took some of that theory and just started making my own music. I was like, I want to make my own music, you know.
Oh yeah,
And
most
then it
definitely.
came, yeah, and then it came from there. And that was pretty much like I had a really kind of like uh, uh, rough childhood, but it was cool because I had that escape. So I'm glad everything was the way it was. But I think just like always been creative, had a creative spirit, so I just wanted to put that and make that an escape, and it kind of worked out for me, a little bit, and being the only child too, so I ain't had no, no distractions with other siblings or whatever, too, so you know,
Oh yeah, most definitely, man. Music is definitely an escape, man. Keep you from
yeah,
losing your sanity. You can vent. You could be as
man, tell
creative
me
as you
about it.
want to be.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
exactly. Tell me about it. Yes, yes, yeah,
Especially at a time like now, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people was facing mental challenges due to the pandemic and just
yeah,
different things going on, losing loved ones and stuff like that. So,
yeah.
it's a good time to be creative.
Yeah, during
Now
the
do
during
you
the
have any? Oh,
pandemic,
go
I
ahead.
think I. Oh, I'm
Mhm.
sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. But
No,
during
no,
the
go ahead. You got
pandemic,
it.
I was at my best. Like at my absolute best. Like I feel like in the last 5 years, I feel like something clicked on. I don't know what clicked on, but the pandemic, it was like first the whole shock and everything. Then it was just like I was like, wow. I started getting lost in different soundscapes and stuff, and I was just like, well, shoot. You can start feeling inventive again and start feeling good again like it used to feel, to me, you know.
Definitely, definitely. I
Yeah.
could